Breaking news, parole denied for the killer of Selena. Yolanda, her killer, who was convicted in 1995 in Texas, just got her parole denied. She got sentenced to life for the killing of Selena. Everyone knows who Selena was in the 90s. She had a great voice, loved her voice. Well, let me give you some information about the parole denial of her killer, Yolanda, right here. Texas denied her. And I'm going to share some information because there's a right here. Texas Board of Pardons and Parole statement concerning the parole review decision of Yolanda Saldivar. In 1995, Yolanda was convicted of murder with a deadly weapon and sentenced to life in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division. She was required to serve 30 years before becoming eligible for parole consideration. Her parole eligibility date is March 30th, 2025, meaning that she could be released no earlier than that date. As with any other initial review of an offender for parole, approximately 6 months prior to her parole eligibility, she went into the parole review process. An institutional parole officer prepared her file for submission to the parole panel responsible for rendering the discretionary decision. Within that confidential file, there is a plethora of information, including but not limited to court documents, offense reports, support protest information, criminal history, institutional adjustment, and information statements provided by the offender. The file was then sent to a parole panel of 3. A simple majority was required to either grant or deny parole. After a thorough consideration of all available information, which included any confidential interviews conducted, it was the parole panel's determination to deny parole to Yolanda and set her next parole review for March 30th, 2030. The reason provided by the panel for the denial was the nature of the offense. The record indicates that the instant offense has elements of brutality, violence, assaultive behavior, or conscious selection of victims' vulnerability, including a conscious disregard for the lives, safety, or property of others, such that the offender poses a continuing threat to public safety. She got denied. And Selena's family put out a statement regarding that denial. All right, here's the official statement by the family of Selena. Today, we are grateful that the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles has chosen to deny parole for Yolanda. While nothing can bring Selena back, this decision reaffirms that justice continues to stand for the beautiful life that was taken from us and from millions of fans around the world far too soon. Selena's legacy is one of love, music, and inspiration. She lived with joy, gave selflessly, and continues to uplift generations with her voice and her spirit. As her family and loved ones, we remain committed to preserving her memory and ensuring that her story is honored with dignity and respect it deserves. We thank Selena's fans for their unwavering support throughout the years. Your love has been a source of strength and healing. We will continue to celebrate Selena's life, not the tragedy that took her from us. And we ask that all of you who cherish her do the same. Coming from the family of Selena. So they're glad that her killer, Yolanda, did not get parole. So we'll see what happens 5 years from now when Yolanda goes back up in front of the parole board. 5 years, that's a long time. She's older. I don't think she gets it in 2030. I don't think she'll get it in 2035 and subsequently each year afterward or each 5 years after. I think she's spending the rest of her life in prison. Selena was loved, by many, millions around the world, like her family says. But it's interesting to see that process of how parole works in Texas. So I learned a lot by just reviewing what they said about her. We'll continue to monitor the situation. Rest in peace, Selena. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button. We cover true crime 24/7, 365 on JLR Investigates. Even parole hearings. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.